Cancer. What's going on? So, you guys have your underlying energy, the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands talks about something new, something exciting, something very passionate. This could also be rekindling a relationship with somebody you've known from the past, right? Rekindling of an old flame. Underneath here, you have the World. So yeah, I definitely could feel like this is starting something new, restarting something with an individual. Or it could be that you're starting something very new because of his successful completion, right? So, passion is on. That's the game. Name of the game, passion. Something new, something starting fresh. I love it. Let me just move this a little bit more to the side so y'all can see the underlying energy a little bit more. Scoochie badoochie. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and get to the heart of the reading, or the current state of being, rather. The Ace of Swords, clarity in the situation, right? This is a lot of, clarity through the truth. You know what I'm saying? This new ideas, new way of thinking, new way of communicating. This is a really good card to get, especially in a relationship when it comes to, swords. All right, so I have clarity of victory here. So this is excellent. The thing here is, right, the goal is the Moon. So perhaps this person, this could be indicating like the goal of the relationship, the goal to, in regards to, building something with this person is maybe getting outside of this craziness. Because the Moon is something that can be very confusing. It's hard to deal with. Not necessarily hard to deal with, but it's just facing a lot of fears. I feel like they may be wanting to face the fears and get it over with and get it done. At the end of the day, right? Get past the the confusing stage. Even though you are in a place of clarity through the truth, nothing's very truly clear at this time. It's very interesting. It's like you have an idea, you know what your truth is, but the overall relationship itself is not very clear. Okay, and the reason why you are not able to get to the Moon, get to where what your goal is for the Moon here, is the Lovers, which talks about love, a connection, or the illusion of distance, right? Or decision, right? Because this is just love. Love is love. You can't help who you love. That's why they say love is blind, right? So it could be that there's a connection here that defines all kind of meaning. Like it's very confusing on itself. There is something that ties you to this individual, or there is some sort of there could be some distance here, but the Moon is very interesting coming up in this reading. I'm already gonna just whip out the cards for clarification, because heck, why not? But yeah, the Lovers is coming up saying that, like, not necessarily love is the problem per se, but I feel like when it comes to a connection with an individual, there may be it may be kind of hard to address the emotions, because potentially address the connection rather, because the emotions are so thick, so tense. They're not sure. Maybe you're not sure of what this connection means or what this connection is for the both of you. All right, and the reason why the Lovers is coming up as an obstacle is because of the Ace of Pentacles, because there was some sort of commitment in the past, something that was agreed upon, some hard work that was put in, something that was, something that was solid, something that was, some sort of a, offer that was towards stability, support, security. Not a bad thing coming up here. Okay, these two are love together. So with the Lovers coming up as the obstacle to the Moon, it's very interesting. I feel like it's not really an obstacle at this time. I feel like more so this is the benefit, or not necessarily the benefit. This is like the thing that will help you overcome your obstacle. Because you have clarity here, but you have confusion in your goal, then perhaps the Lovers will help you through this Moon energy, because this is real. The connection is real. Maybe there's uncertainty if the connection itself is real, because here in your advice, or your best path to follow, you have the Seven of Cups, which is a very uncertain energy again. But this is about picking your path, or picking whatever it is that you want. What is your heart's desire? Okay, really looking through and looking thoroughly at the details. Okay, being very certain, because this is very uncertain energy that's coming up, and this current state of being is showing this Ace of Swords. You already have two contradicting cards here. in very interesting spots. And the Seven of Cups talks about, you know, making clear decisions, or making a decision about what it is that you want. You have a lot of options ahead of you, but you're not necessarily sure where to go. And I feel like it's saying to be very, you know, look at the options closely. Really look closely, because, you know, it can all be really wonderful to look at and have amazing things in the cup, but you're not necessarily sure what can come of each of those objects. Now, in the emotion aspect, you do have the Four of Pentacles, which does indicate here just kind of like holding back and feeling kind of like stable in where you've been, holding on to something. But necessarily, this is a place of stability where, yes, hard work has been put in, a lot of diligence, but at the same time, it's more holding back and holding yourself back from the things that you may want more of. All right, and it's maybe a stable place, but you can't get more from here. There's also not a lot of opening up a bit, especially about your emotions, something about how you feel emotionally. Maybe there's confusion about how you feel. That's not really certain about how you feel about a certain situation. You just know that you're comfortable here. You don't really want to leave. But there's a lot facing the fears here. So it's very interesting that this comes up. So this person is starting, you know, doesn't want to leave, but wants to start something new. They know they want to start something, you know, fresh, or they're holding back for something. This new beginning is offering this new path, but it's confusing. The path here, if you see it, right, the goal or the future rather, this here is uncertain. That's why this person, the hangman, that's why the Four of Pentacles person is like, hell no, I ain't leaving nowhere. I'm not getting out of anything. I'm just gonna sit here where I am. I'm safe. But then, you know, things get boring. Things are just the same old. They can never manifest anything new to come into life, not even love. Perhaps this person, perhaps, you know, there is some sort of new idea, this new thing, you know, there's some new perspective that's come in, and love is a part of is the name of the game now. But this person has developed some sort of shell, some sort of comfort zone, but there's an offer here that's offering them something in regards to the Lovers, to not overcome the darkness or to overcome the fear of being vulnerable, but to, you know, ultimately, you know, find out what makes this person so afraid. You know, because this is the unknown. This is the thing that keeps them here. This is the reason why they're stuck here with the Four of Pentacles, not wanting to get out of their shell, not really wanting to purge, not really wanting to express and do something new and start something fresh, gain something more from what they've been putting in. They have to find out their worth so they can know that they deserve more. But they're stuck here because they don't want to be, you know, they don't want to branch out. They're scared. The Moon. They don't know what to expect by taking a risk like that. But love is a risk. And I think that's why, right? They want to tackle the unknown. The unknown brings them happiness. The Moon is not, the Lovers is not an obstacle. This is the gateway to the unknown, the access of vulnerability, the constant, you know, looking over your shoulder, you know, the feeling of not being certain that this individual that you potentially may be looking to get back together with, who you may have had history with or may not have, you know, it's all dependent on the person, but this is the gateway of the unknown, where you're having to just feel, and you're having to put yourself in a situation where your emotions are out there, and you have to trust that the connection is the connection. But the connection is real. That's what the Ace of Pentacles is saying. There's reality in this connection. All right. I know Venus and Virgo can do this to everybody, make them feel like, all right, is this relationship real? Does it really have my back? Well, you have to kind of take a test. You got to take a risk. And I know this may not feel like it's a good idea. You feel vulnerable here, Cancer. Like, this is not like, you know, a walk in the park. But this connection can potentially help you get through this, this unsavory sort of situation. But this is ultimately, you still have to do this on your own, right? You still have to overcome these fears on your own. The connection can only do so much. You have to honestly tackle this. And I feel like that's what the Seven of Cups is all about. What may be misconstrued, or, you know, what options, what dreams do you have, and why don't you trust yourself to just make those dreams happen? And the Seven of Pentacles don't typically, the Seven of Cups really doesn't mean that, right? It doesn't mean like, oh, you don't know what to pick because you don't trust that they will be real. It could actually that is the meaning. It can be. So either it's like you have a lot of options, don't be so eager to pick them immediately. Don't be shocked by the glitz and glamour, but also it's about picking the option and then making it work, right? Can you make the relationship work? Even though you don't see the outcome of it, is this still something that you want here? Now, the hopes and fears is the King of Swords. So you may want to make logical decisions, or you may be dealing with somebody that's more logical, or perhaps you want someone that's very honest, very straight up, that can speak their truth, but doesn't beat around the bush. You may have somebody in particular, someone in mind, even with the hopes and fears. A Gemini, Libra, Cancer, the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, rather. This could be in your hopes and fears. But this also could be you. You want to be more, certain what it is that you want. You want to be clear in your truth. You want to be able to just walk your truth. But you may even want to feel detached at this moment. Just kind of separate yourself from your emotions at this time to make a decision, or go by. Make your decision for what it is that you want and go for it. But you want to be fearless, because the King of Swords, he's fearless. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about death. He doesn't care about sadness. He doesn't care about any of that, right? So I feel like here, Cancer, you may want to feel fearless right now, because love is scary. It puts you in a position where you are vulnerable, like I said, and you are vulnerable here, Cancer. So there is this feeling like you don't know what to expect, but you want to be fearless. You want to just make that decision and go for it. But there is that feeling of, I don't know what to expect, so how can I go off and do this? This person could break my heart. But the thing is, the relationship is coming out to be very real. But you have to trust yourself to be able to make it to see that, because the only person holding you back is you right now. And I know, but this should be empowering, right? The reason why I say this, the reason why I say that, and the reason why I say it's empowering is because that means you have all the power to go out and get what it is that you want. But you have to believe in yourself to know that you can overcome. It's hard to do, no doubt, but the moon is there, right? The moon is saying, hey, you guys, it may be a little bit confusing. It may not be certain where you may be going, where you may end up, but trust your feelings. Just go with how you feel. Be in the moment with your emotions. And maybe, it's uncertain where it may lead. But your outcome has the Eight of Swords. Now, this is just a projection. When cards like this come up, it's a projection of how you are right now, right? Where you are right now in your emotions, the Four of Pentacles. You feeling like, you're in a stable place, but you're not ready to leave it yet. You're not sure if you can, take that step, accept that Ace of Cups, and then start something new, but then potentially have to start something in which you don't really know where to go, where it leads. Right? And that can feel like you have no decisions. You can feel like you're feeling trapped because you want something new. I can see that. The Eight of Swords is like, he doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to be stuck in his thoughts. He's overthinking it. He's stuck in his thoughts and everything. He's feeling trapped. I don't feel like this person here wants to be trapped in this situation, but they don't see that they can walk out of it. The power is within them. It's always there. It's never left. It's always there. The legs are still movable. They can wiggle a little bit. Those little strings can come off. They can take off that blindfold and see that their situation is actually not dangerous. They can just walk straight out. But the thing is, it's the stuff that's happened before them that's made them fearful. Because if you notice, the swords are behind them and around them. This is something that's very recent, or this could be something from the past. Pain from the past is keeping this person from moving forward. It's like, hey, if you walk forward, there may be those swords from the past may be in front of you. You don't know. But the thing is, it's like you have to trust. This person has to trust their instincts. Know that the swords that are behind them and make the steps forward. They may not be able to exactly see the path after this, right? Because you see the water is leading somewhere else. Yeah, the motions go on. Motions move forward. The moon is showing this, right? You got to move forward. It's not the easiest thing to go through. It's scary and it puts you in a vulnerable spot. But the Eight of Swords is like, this person's like, hey, I can't move because I feel like the swords are circled around me. It's only behind you. It's only behind you. Pain, the thoughts, those whatever those thoughts are, they've happened. It's whatever this is now. You are the control of your destiny. And if you want something new, you want something fresh, you can get it. You want something to start. You want a new beginning with this individual, with this Lovers card that's coming up. Well, this is what you truly want. You have to go for it, right? Go for it. This is an ending of a cycle, a successful ending. You've got somebody, but it's all about taking that leap of faith. Taking that leap of faith. All right, let me go ahead and pull your romance angels for this week. See what's going on. See what's coming up. I was so close to pulling some clarifiers, y'all. I was like, oh, it's getting crazy. What's going on? But nope. I get it. Being in a relationship after something that happened, it can be very difficult. But you are the King of Swords. You can be. You can be anything and everything you want. You got air sign in your chart. Everybody's got every sign. If you want to be fearless, you can be. It's about just... but you gotta conquer those fears, and the conquering those fears may be having something to do with being vulnerable. And the moon is technically your ruling planet, but even ruling, I guess the moon would be considered a planet, or I'm not sure what a moon would be considered, to be absolutely honest with you. But yeah, this is that's your ruler. The moon is your ruler, but this is a card for Pisces. Okay. Even though I know, even though this is your, this is who your ruler is, the moon. The card belongs to Pisces because you got a lobster, a dog, and a wolf here, and then you got some weird stuff. Like, this is confusing. And so, what is happening in this image? It's a Piscean guy image. Neptune invented this. I'm just kidding. But the moon is warm. The moon illuminates as much as it can. It's gentle, though. If you notice that the moon illuminates and is very gentle. I know I just pulled the Romance Angel card and I'm talking about the moon. But you have passion. 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 The Ace of Wands in your underlying energy. What was that? Passion. A passionate new beginning. Yes. Yes! It's a passionate new beginning happening for you guys, okay? Yes. It's exciting. It's grand. It's big. But only you can make it that way. Right? This is something for you, but you have to make that decision of what it is that, if this is what you want, right? Go ahead and do it. It may not be certain, but wow. Orphaned. So right now, guys, it looks like you may be feeling like you don't really belong. Like you feel like maybe there's a situation that you feel out of place. Especially with the people that you're with right now, or the person that you're with, you may feel like, I don't know. I feel like this is the card that indicates feeling out of place, feeling like you don't belong, feeling you're misunderstood on so many levels. And I feel like maybe your partner, the reason why the Lover is just coming up as the obstacle, could be that the partner doesn't really see what you're going through. Maybe they're not, not able to connect in such a way. But I do get this feeling that it has a lot to do with what your feeling state is, right? I'm not blaming you at all. This is not about you, right? Because this partner may not see you for who you are, but it will require you to come outside of this shell that you may have, this comfort zone that you have, because of the protection that you put up for yourself recently over the years, or whatever. You have to, it's gonna require you to come out of that to explain where you are, and it may, and show who you are too. Because, yeah, you don't know what the outcome may be to expressing yourself, to showing who you truly are. You may not know the outcome, but you will feel a lot freer, and you'll be able to express yourself in a better way than you have been, because, you're not stuck here. You're not in this area where you can't really move, you can't really gain more of. And I feel like with the Seven of Cups, yeah, like, it's going to require you to, it's going to require you to just, not necessarily make a decision. I feel like there could be a decision that needs to be made here. The Seven of Cups is about decision making, but looking past the filter, looking past the surface, looking beyond the surface. That's what this really is all about too. Looking past the surface, because if you look past the surface, you'll be able to see what you need to see. But I feel like right now everything's of surface level. So even right now, this person with you may not feel like they are misunderstood, because there's a lot of surface level stuff. It needs to have some in-depth look, looking at the details, looking very hard and closely at the pentacle. So that way, maybe the future maybe won't look so confusing. But you may not feel like you belong right now, but you will. It's just going to require you to be authentic. That's what the orphan card is coming up as, right? If you feel like you don't belong, it's probably because you've changed a lot. And you are, being authentic, right? The Hopes of Fearless King of Swords, he's authentic all the time. Maybe that's what, maybe you feel like, being you is this very scary thing to do, but you know what? Who cares? Who cares? It's you. You're beautiful. You will find the people that really resonate with you. You'll find that person that really clicks with you the best, because you are you. No filter, no glossing over, no nothing.